I'm Unbound Stage. Today I'd like to talk about the Godforge Highlight Reel that was released Friday by Fateless. There is some secrets in here that I want to talk about. I'm not sure if the visual bugs or not. I'm not sure. There's a lot of bugs at this point. They haven't really gotten to their ironing phase yet. So, but I don't think it'd be in here if it was a bug, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at this. The first thing we see here is there is 2 characters to rank up the 4-star. If you don't know, it usually took 3 3-stars to rank to a 4-star. And you can see here, it's clearly over rank 4. We see this here. We see this here, right? So it seems to me that there may have discounted how much it takes to get a 6-star champion. This is huge. This grind sucks. To be quite frank with you, it sucks. It is cumbersome and tedious. And I'm glad that they cut this down a little bit, especially if they're cut down to higher levels. Even needing 1 less 5-star is huge. And especially if it's like 1 1 2 2 3, right? Some pattern like that. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy good. Like I can't overstate like how good that is. It's very, very good. And I would love to see that. We'll see if this is a visual glitch or not, but with how many changes there are in this video, I don't think it is. I think this is actually how it's going to be. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide here. Curious is this one, right? Because we see that there are 2 books here, right? At first I was concerned. I was like, oh no, what's going on here? In Simon's latest video, we actually hear him talk about these being farmable
stuff. So we can just whack away through this wave. A rift has opened. You can see we've got a bit of bug here as well. Let's just skip that and carry on. A rift in Godforge is actually going to be an area where you can farm pages towards skill ups, skill tomes.
So it sounds like these rifts that pop up here are for skill tomes. We weren't sure what they were before. I kind of thought they might be for like double gear drops or something. This is in the Desecrate Daimyo, so maybe if you choose the rift, you get twice as many voids, right? The void ascension stones. But it seems like this is the way you get skill books in the game. And so with this being 2, I think this means one of 2 things. I think it means that either these are going to cost more skill tomes as you level it up, or different abilities will take different amount of skill tomes. So maybe your basic uses 2 books a level, and then maybe your core uses 3 or 4 books a level, and then maybe your ultimate uses 3 to 4, maybe 5, right? So, but there's very amounts of skill tomes being used here, and if it was just 2 across the board for everything, they probably would just keep it at 1 and just pull the lever on the drop rate of them to balance it. But since we see 2 at level 1, I think it means that there's going to be a varying skill up cost. So that means that do not value books as highly as you do in raid, because you're going to need more of them. And we know this isn't a legendary thing because we know that each person has their different whatever. He also said too, we're going to be earning pages. So is this like, wait, what's this? Okay, wait. Because it was pages, scrolls, and books. Is this legendary, epic, rare, and then like uncommon, common? Is that what I'm seeing here? And if we earn pages, does that mean that we can like rank up pages? Like, is this the premium? Like, is this the currency that we get, and then we can upgrade them to higher value ones? Because he said we're earning pages towards skill tomes. And so I thought that might be a shop currency or something, but it looks like here, if it's at the level up screen, this may mean we'd be able to transfer at least up to the currencies, maybe even down as well, which I think would be very cool. So keep a lookout for that, right? A lot of cool stuff here. But just at the end of the day, don't value legendary tomes as much as you did in raid, because you need more of them. So whatever it is, even if it's 2 a piece, and that's how they decided to do it for balancing reasons or whatever, that means they're twice as half as valuable. Next slide. Here we see the Ascension screen. I think the big thing to take away here is your passive is now at Ascension 1. Big. Ascension 1 is basically free even on legendaries. While like Ascension 1 is free. Ascension 3 isn't necessarily free. So be aware of that. Also, we don't have weapons until Ascension 2. We knew this. We saw this on Fateless videos, right? With the new, whenever they show the new characters or stuff. We saw it took 2 stars to get the weapon. Not a big deal. But we see here, this is the imprint symbol. I believe this is the imprint symbol. So it is interesting that this is 4. Does this mean we equip imprints directly to characters now? Or does this mean that imprints on weapons do not take effect until we are 4-star ascended? So something to keep in mind here that you can't just slap on your assaulting imprints on your early tanks. You need to actually invest them at 4-star ascension, which is a decent, a decent requirement. That means they need to be at least level 30. Was it? Yeah, 31, right? So at least level 31 with stones farmed. Cool. Good to keep a note with. I'm interested to see what this means. Also, we see these ascension bonuses seem to be stronger. I don't think they were 10% of their HP. And if this is base HP, this also means that gear's better on them, right? So this is a 10% increase basically on all stats, which I don't think Ascensions were that good before, but maybe I'm wrong, right? And then we see here speed being huge, right? 16 speed is big. Next one now. And this is the one I understand the least. I know you guys look to me for understanding. I don't know what's going on here, but I'll try to break it down the best I can. This is the duplicate hero screen. This is the one you get for multiple Aphrodites, right? So we see that 1 is opened. 1, 3, and 5 are ability upgrades. They're unique to every character. And it looks like in the past, 2 and 4 used to be increasing your ultimate somehow. It wouldn't be damage. It'd be lowering the cost of it or increasing your initiative, right? Both of them pertain to how quickly you get your ultimate. Now it seems they scrapped the idea, which I'm happy about, because getting 20% initiative is good, but it's not that good, right? Compared to how good the ability upgrades could be. And lowering max divinity, it's fine, but like I'm glad they made it a bit more. I'm glad they changed it, right? We see here at 2, you get a archetype stat boost. And so since this is, I assume this is Aphrodite, right? She's an invoker. I don't know what it means by additional ignore resistance. They usually aren't placing debuffs, so I'm not sure. Usually invokers are your buffers or healers. But outgoing divinity multiplier, I imagine this is plus 20%, not plus 20. Because if I'm, times 20 my divinity out is really good. And then Terminator multiplier, I mentioned this is 20% as well. Cool, right? So just I'm interested to see how they do this, because I know there are some invokers that don't care about this, right? I think of like Ankh, for example, would not use any of these, I think. So I'm interested if they keep this as a here. This is just a placeholder stuff as well. And then obviously gear stat boost. Who knows what this means, right? Does this mean that gear is better on people that are awakened 4? Interesting. Very interesting. Also, we see here, these are some stones here at the top. We have some legendary stones, some epic stones, and you can't see behind my head, but we do have some rare stones as well. These could be the universal imprints, right? Possible. We saw them in the alpha. They weren't working, but by their name, it's safe to assume that perhaps these are wildcard currencies to level things up. We see one here as well, like under the awaken sign. So I imagine you click awaken, you say you want to use a dupe Aphrodite, you want to use a duplicate Aphrodite imprint, or do you want to use a universal imprint? So I imagine if you click that button, that's what it would ask you what you want to do. So cool. We see them in the game still working. I think these are top shelf rewards. I think that these are very, very high very, very high in value. Probably some of the most valuable stuff in the entire game. Like I can't think of a currency that's of a higher value with what I know about the game right now. Like this is incredibly high value. So look out for these. These are very, very good. And I think that's all the stuff I want to cover. Yeah, and it just shows like Shamash and such. So a lot of cool changes about how we deal with upgrading our characters. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Make sure you subscribe for more analysis videos like this. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.